Hi, welcome to Ranting Transvestite, and today I would like to discuss the new Divine eyeshadow palette. And I went to Sephora and I got it, and I have to say it took a fair amount of prodding to get me to go to Sephora because I don't like Sephora. I went to Sephora once a few years ago, and I remember I went there. I was like, "Hi, do you have any beard concealer?" And they're like, "No, we don't have any of that." And it's very dismissive. It was really my pretty woman moment, and it took a while to recover from that. And that's why I buy all my makeup from Walmart, because they don't care what you are or how much money you have, just as long as you don't pass out in the men's room. And I can work with that. So that's generally where I get most of my makeup. So I haven't had need to go into Sephora because I was well serviced by Walmart. But anyways, I found out about the new Divine eyeshadow palette. I'm like, well, maybe I should get it. I mean, it's Divine, you know, Divine, smutty star of stage and screen. And I just imagine anything with her name would have to be amazing. So I still was reluctant to go to Sephora. But then I remember that I was hungry and I wanted a pretzel. So I went to Auntie Anne's. I'm like, hi, I want a pizza pretzel. And the lady there was like, oh, we don't have any. I'm like, well, can you make one? And she's like, I don't know. Anyways, long story short, she eventually made the pretzel for me, but she was a total bitch about it. So my mall trip, my Sephora run was already on a low point. I mean, I know I should be nice to this lady because she didn't have all her teeth, but still, pretzels are important and people need pretzels. Anyways, while I went to Sephora and then I got the Divine eyeshadow palette. And one thing that's unique about the eyeshadow palette is that if you look at the picture at the front, there really aren't sufficient colors in here to make that design. I mean, you can approximate a robin's egg blue by blending the white. The white sucks, by the way, with the blue. It's called Waters. But there isn't a warm shade like Fur Cut Crease or anything like that. So that was kind of interesting. And anyways, these are the colors. And we have Babs in gold. Sort of a champagne-y gold. And then we have Hard Magic, which is black, Baltimore, which is a blue, Waters, which is a light blue, Filthy, which is a gray, Pink Flamingos is green, which I think we're going for irony with that. And then there's the Useless White shade, and then there's Hairspray, which is silver. And I tried it, and I was really I wasn't too pleased with the eyeshadow palette. The white was pretty worthless. Like, even when I sprayed the applicator with setting spray, it wasn't really working. The blue, the light blue, the Waters, which is underneath my eyebrows, is fine. But I certainly have better trashy blues than this. And then I put Baltimore on my lids, and that's okay. And then I use the Hard Magic, the black, just to kind of tie it together. And it is a decent black. It's a halfway decent black for a palette. But overall, I'm just not feeling it, not excited. And the worst part about it is that it comes with a lipstick. Okay, so there's a lipstick. It's called Studded Kiss, and apparently this is Divine's lips. And when you open it, it's basically like this mauve shade, and sort of like an 80s couch cushion. But the worst part about it is that it smells really bad, and when you put it on your lips, it still smells really bad. So my lips reek. I mean, this could be bad for business. Let's just put it to you that way. I blended the lip color with a NYX lip pencil, and then it looks okay. It looks all right when blended with the right pencil. But I'm really not enthused about the lip color. I mean, the smell is just awful. I mean, if a pot of petroleum jelly could have a yeast infection, it would smell like this lipstick. Like, it's really gross. But the worst part, anyways, and this aside, the worst part about this lipstick is that, so it's just this sort of pink, sort of nude mauve color, but I'm like, oh my god, it's a Divine lipstick shade. Could you imagine if the lipstick was in shade brown, shade shit-eating grin? Oh my god, it would fly off the shelves. It would absolutely fly off the shelves if there was a fecal-themed lip color. I guarantee it. I mean, really, you can just kind of go to town with this and just have like a Pink Flamingos eyeshadow palette. And there could be multiple shades of dog shit. They could have like blackish brown, bloody diarrhea dog shit. They could have your standard medium brown. They could have like a jaundice, like a yellow, like a jaundicey yellow shit color, and I mean that would be really convenient. If it was matte, it would be really convenient. Because then like you could put it on your face if you want to look like you have hepatitis, or it could just be this subtle like wan yellow on your eyeshadow. I mean, there's so much they could have done with Divine. Divine would not want a lame eyeshadow palette. It's a lame eyeshadow palette, and it's gross, and I don't like it. So that's my perspective on this. I think this is the best way to put it. I was reading some reviews of people that got the palette early online, and this one lady said, you know, I was really nervous about this eyeshadow palette. I didn't know what to expect, and I thought it might be garish. But when I got it, I was pleasantly surprised to find out that I didn't look like I worked in an 80s strip club. Didn't look like she worked in an 80s strip club. I mean, could there be any higher level of glamour than that? No, there cannot. And yuck. I mean, really, I think, and that's the problem. That's what this eyeshadow palette was made for. Is made for that demographic, and that's gross. It's not for us ladies of the night. Transvestites or femmes, or even really drag queens in general, because all the colors I had to squirt with a setting spray to make it look okay, and the white still looked like shit. Like I said, like the best color is the color under my eyebrow, and I'm much better trashy blues than this, and it's just gross. So I'm sorry, but when determining whether or not a product is transvestite approved, I ask myself, well, is it better than doing my makeup with Wet n Wild and a Sharpie? And the answer is no. At least not appreciably enough for $40 goddamn dollars, not to mention the fact that the lipstick was $20. I've gotten much better results with Wet n Wild, and that's what I'm going to stick with. To feel my fantasy, because I'm not feeling a Divine. So I'm sorry, Divine. I love you, girl. I love you up there, or down there, so to say, in gay heaven. And we'll see each other someday. And it'll be great. And we'll talk about how shitty this shadow palette was. So that's all I got for you. All right. Take care. Bye.